Hey everybody!
Hey, what's up?
Welcome back to another episode of
We Got Ish to Say, an Everyday Vibe. What you doing today? We hope you on the pod. Hey!
Don't look. I thought she was about to drop bars on us.
I
said, okay.
I don't have any bars. I really wish I could freestyle. I really wish I could be a part of a cipher, but I just...
That would be dope.
That's the, white girl in me.
Ciphers are black as hell.
No, but I can't be on the rhythm.
So the white... Okay, I feel that. I can't dance, so the white girl in me too.
Listen. And today, we got something special for y'all. We are playing a game, and we're also talking about
our almost identity per se, like
yes.
how things that we've seen in our lives and the things that we were either shielded from, how they shaped who we are now and how we show up, our identity now. And to do that, we're going to play
Black Card Revoked.
Because apparently there's a white side in both of us, and we probably I know my black card been revoked before, so I ain't gonna even lie. Not even from the game, from literal black people. Y'all be telling me all the time it's gone. So here I am.
When I was growing up, I really I got called white girl a lot. Did you?
I didn't get called white girl, but I always, especially from 7th grade up, I had the nickname Valley Girl.
Okay.
Because I said a lot, which I still do sometimes.
Yes, you do.
It's triggered in me every now and then.
Yes.
So I say a lot. And then I was always just super proper because I went to a private Christian school for elementary, K through 5. Then I left there and went to a middle school not far from my private Christian school.
Yeah.
Same thing. The culture was primarily, I would say, white and Filipino.
Okay.
And it wasn't until I went to high school that I got some culture around me. So.
You had more black people at your high school?
Yeah, I went to Taft High School. Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Okay, I forgot. Not from California. Taft High School. It was primarily black and Persian. Oh, because Encino, the Encino area, it has a lot of the Persian culture. Yeah, so it was a lot of it was pretty much blacks and Persians ran the school. So it wasn't until then that I got some culture and a little bit in middle school because I was running track on a Pop Warner team. Okay, and we were running at Sylmar High School for practice and whatnot, but the kids were primarily black. So we were doing that. But girl, no.
So you got called Valley Girl. Valley Girl. I definitely got called White Girl, or I talk like a Valley Girl. I'm from St. Louis, and the vernacular there is a little different.
I don't know what she'd be saying.
Yeah, but even when I was a kid, I was from St. Louis, but I still talk in a proper way. But that's because my grandmother didn't play that. You had to talk like you had sense. I might be from St. Louis. I might be able to talk how everybody else talk in St. Louis, but my granny didn't play that.
Right.
Now I'm trying to show you, my grandma didn't play that. She didn't want you to talk like you ain't had no damn sense. You had to talk like you had some sense.
You couldn't say none of that. You couldn't say none of what you just said.
I couldn't say ain't. I couldn't say finna.
Oh my God.
I couldn't say yeah. Yeah, what? I couldn't do that. So... So I really went to school a lot of the times, and I'm talking, and why you talk like a white girl? Why you sound like that? Yep. And I did a lot of code switching, and I didn't realize I was code switching until college and stuff when I learned about code switching. Exactly. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, code switching. I had the same experience. And we're actually going to talk about how that shaped us as Black women and how we deal with it today. We got a little game. It's going to be fun. Amanda got the first card out.
Yeah, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to see. I feel like she already know. I wouldn't know this. I'm going to be real. I wouldn't know this if I didn't look at the card. But I feel like she knows. So, what is the Mike Jones phone number?
I don't know the number all the way no more because I haven't heard that song in so long. But something 8004.
Correct. That's the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Y'all tell me. Do you know the Mike Jones phone number? Somebody leave it in the comments. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. Don't Google it. Don't be out here cheating. Somebody drop it in the comments because I want to know who knows Mike Jones phone number. Girl, I would have never.
Yes.
I barely remember the freaking. Okay, now I would have never known this at all. I don't even know what this is.
Okay,
but
she said I don't even know what this. Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones, who?
Okay.
Wow.
I was about to say, I barely can remember the freaking 678 999 82 12. Is that the number? I think that's the number. You don't remember Kiss Me Through the Phone?
Kiss Me Through the Phone, yes.
Somebody tell me if that's correct, because I don't remember if that's the right number or not.
I told you, I don't be knowing lyrics real, so.
8 999 81. I think that's right. I think, something like that. Exactly. Y'all tell me if that's right. I don't know.
No, but you know what? That's an interesting thing that you said that, though, because you don't even know who Mike Jones is. Mm-hmm. Mike Jones really didn't have a lot of music. That's like his only song, really. Okay. But me being from St. Louis and moving here, there's a lot of songs that I know that Amanda's never heard of. And sometimes they play them out and Amanda's like,
I can't move to this because what is this?
What is this? Yeah. And I'm like, turn it up. Like, especially stuff like Big Thomas, Juvenile. I didn't play some Pretty Willie one time. She was like, who, what? Who is that? But no, that's
Pretty Ricky? No, get it.
I mean, if y'all from the Midwest or the South or something, y'all probably know some of those folks. But she over here. But that's why we playing Black Card Revoked. And we're talking about blackness and how it is different across the board.
Yeah.
You know, we as Black people, we're so versed. And I think this society has made it us people believe that we're all just one way, but we're not. We have a lot of bag of tricks, just like all other realities. So we're talking about that today because we've been affected by it in some ways, and we want to unpack it. We like to talk about shit here.
Hello. We bringing it all to the table because we want to know.
We want to know. Is it my turn?
I think it is. I think we should maybe do just correct answers because we don't have majority rules. Majority rules is kind of like,
we can do like 2 majority rules.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I'm just.
And then let's do correct answers.
Okay, bet. So go ahead. You.
All right.
Have your way.
Have my way.
Oh, Lord. I better know this one.
Okay. Last time he checked, he was the man on these streets. Is it A, Jay-Z, C, Lil Wayne, A, Jay-Z, B, Lil Wayne, C, Drake, or D, Young Jeezy?
He was the man on the streets?
Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. Hey.
I don't even know that song.
Oh my gosh. See? Again, Young Jeezy.
I know. It's Jeezy?
It's Young Jeezy.
What? Okay. When was he ever the man on the streets?
That is a lyric
I
in the song.
I thought he had it going down on the trams and stuff. Like,
it is a lyric in a song.
I've never heard that song.
Wow. I even like did it with the
I know.
With it.
And I literally, all I heard in my head was, last time that I checked. I was like, that's Nipsey. So that
okay. That's all right. It's okay. That's why we playing. That's why we play today.
Y'all see what I mean? I don't know. This is why my black card's been revoked so many times.
It's okay. But Young Jeezy, that's another one. I think he like a South or East.
I think he's South. I think he's South. Yeah.
Rapper. Yeah. And I think here some South music get played, but
exactly, not the same way it has down there, and like the hype that it has down there is not the same as LA, because LA has its own rappers, right? Like LA has its own sound and its beat, and LA be LA-ing. Yeah. If it ain't like East Coast, West Coast, it's like, yeah, they'll throw it in there a little bit, but honestly, they ain't play F&F on the radio for a long time here. What the hell is F&F?
Look, read.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't play it on the radio forever. Yeah. They was playing it on the radio in St. Louis, and my friends, everybody like talking about it and stuff. Oh, wow. But I heard it on TikTok and stuff. Gotcha. But they weren't playing it on the radio. And when I go back home, I always ride to 104.
She don't know what she wants. She be riding quiet. She lying.
I ride to 104.1, the Beats, because it's popping. Just like, what is it, 92.1?
92.3 out here is ours, yeah.
But like, they're like, I always ride to the radio because I can learn some new songs that I've never heard before. Yeah. And I know what's going on in the city. I know the vibes.
I'm not mad at that.
All right, it's your turn. So,
which one?
It don't matter. I trust you.
Let's see. Okay.
Oh, majority rules.
Majority rules. Who thinks she cute? Robin Givens, Mariah Carey, Whitley from A Different World, or Nicki Minaj?
She thinks she cute.
Who thinks she's cute?
Majority rules. I'm gonna say Nicki.
Nicki? Okay.
Nicki.
Okay.
Because Whitley wouldn't say no shit like that.
No.
That's way back in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nicki.
I like Nicki.
Look. We did that one.
I mess with Nicki.
I love Nicki.
Oh, Lord. She got a correct answer. Lord.
In what year did Cash Money Records take over?
Cash Money. Is that Lil Wayne? That's Lil Wayne?
Yeah, Cash Money Records. What year did they take over this?
I don't know. I remember Young Money. And that was like 2000.
Okay, you got A, B, or C, D. So is it A, 2001 and 2002?
Okay.
Is it B, 1997 and 1998? Is it C, 1999 and 2000? Is it D, 2004 to 2005?
Okay, hold on.
Cash Money Records taking over for it's in
2004 line. To 2005. So I would have been in 4th and 5th grade.
Y'all, she got me blown right now.
And then 2000, what's A?
2001, 2002.
So 1st and 2nd grade? I don't.
So Cash Money Records was when.
Well, they were before Young Money,
that was
right?
before Young Money, and that was when
so
Baby
was like 2008-ish. I feel like 2009. I don't know. 2000.
You don't know the line in the song?
It's a song?
It's like an intro to the song.
What song? I don't know the song. I'm gonna just say 2000. I don't know. 2001 to 2000. 2000?
Nah, friend.
Okay, man. 1999 to 2000? I was in...
Y'all, I don't even think I want to play this game no more. Because I don't want listen, my friend is black, okay? I'm telling y'all, this card, this game does not reflect culture. Her blackness. I'm telling you, she is black. She's black. We're going to get into why she don't know some of this stuff in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah,
she culture, Lord. It's the
Lord.
culture.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not hip with culture, apparently.
All right. This is a majority rules one.
Okay.
If it's a bad hair day, what should a woman do? A, rock what her mama gave her. B, wear a hat. C, wear a wrap or a scarf. D, stay home.
Yeah. So technically, for me, I'm going to say I would just wear a hat.
Period.
Yeah, like I'm just wearing a hat, but I do know girls
cover it up.
who aren't going anywhere.
Yeah,
they be out here on they LMA bag when it's like it's a bad hair day, so I ain't going nowhere.
I mean, this is a majority rules card, so we're gonna wear a hat. We're gonna cover it up.
Yeah, I like hats. Even on good hair days, I like hats. So
me too.
Fine with me.
A hat is nice.
Correct, girl.
Amanda missed 2. And it was music related, but Amanda know music.
But I love music. That's the crazy part.
She didn't know Cash Money Records taking over for the 19992. Like, no.
Okay, this is a movie. So you'll be all right.
Yes, I do know movies.
Okay. Which character from Cooley High was a regular cast member on A Different World?
Okay.
A, Tyrone. B, I can't even pronounce this. Coochies, whatever. I don't know. C, Pooter, or D, Preach?
Well, I don't know this.
Okay.
Because I don't even think I've seen Cooley High.
Okay.
In a long time.
It's on the list.
And he was a regular cast member on A Different World?
Yeah.
It wasn't Tyrone. Because that name don't even sound familiar. Say it again. What was the options?
Tyrone. A, B is... It's Cochise. So what is that? Coochies? I don't know. C, Pooter, Pooter, or D, Preach?
I think it was D.
Correct.
Okay. Because I watch Different World a lot, but I'm just like, Preach, that sounds... Yeah, okay. Preach. I ain't remember, but I got it right.
Girl. It was an educated guess.
It was an educated guess. We just gonna leave it at that.
It was an educated guess.
It was.
Oh, boy.
She know this one. What does it mean if she dreamt of fish last night?
Somebody pregnant.
I told you I didn't even have to do the answers.
Yeah.
God dang.
We know that one.
Yeah.
That is
that's easy.
I feel like that's such a Black culture thing though. Like, I don't know if that's everywhere, but that is such a Black culture thing.
Did your mama say that a lot?
No, but I remember her mentioning it, like, just in conversation with, like, my aunt or something. It was like, yeah, so-and-so dreamed it. So mama used to say, that means somebody pregnant. Yes. So, yeah.
My mom used to say that stuff all the time because when she dreams stuff, that stuff be, like, coming to pass. But, like, literally, I recall her being on the phone several times being like, I dreamed of some fish last night. 2 fish, 3 fish, 4 fish, blue fish.
Dang. Blue fish, right? Dr. Seuss.
No, for real. Like, I heard that a lot. And I think now, I ain't never dreamed of no fish.
Honestly, I haven't either. Like, if I really recall the dreams that I can remember, I've never dreamed of fish at all. At all.
Yeah. I mean, I've dreamt people were pregnant and they were. But I've never dreamed. I've dreamt that, like, one time I had a dream that I was pregnant. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm not pregnant. Come on now. Y'all know I'm not pregnant. And it was like I was pregnant, but it was like I wasn't pregnant. Mm-hmm. But it was somebody that was around me that I was really, really, really close to. Mm-hmm. And I felt that closeness in my dream. And then, my cousin was pregnant.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she had her baby. So. She had her baby last month.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, girl, not me. I ain't drink that one. Okay, let's see. You might know. Uh-oh. I feel like most people know this one. Who wrote Lift Every Voice and Sing?
Oh, girl. What's his name? John somebody?
Not John.
No, it's not John. James something.
Yeah. James Weldon Johnson.
Boom.
AKA the Negro National Anthem.
No, how about though?
Church, bruh. This is such a church thing. Let it be the freaking, like, the ushers program, and it's like, or all the deacon and deaconesses, and they all come together for their program or whatever. Yeah. I swear, somebody always want to pull out these pamphlets that got this all the lyrics. Now, let us sing. Lift every eye.
That fan, it's on the fan.
Yes.
Mm-mm. How about, like, I don't know if you've seen this or if you paid attention, but remember when Beyonce had that, like, groundbreaking, jaw-dropping performance at Coachella?
Yes.
She opened to Lift Every Voice and Sing.
She did.
And I was on the floor. And all the white people was just standing there like you could tell they was so lost. Mm-hmm. And me and my friend, we actually phoned each other to watch it. She had back in Missouri. And we was literally watching the YouTube like, I cannot believe this woman did that. That's what celebrities are for real. And I appreciate for Beyonce getting into her black bag. Mm-hmm. And we
had a whole HBCU movement out there.
Yeah, and a lot of people like to say, oh, she just using the moment. But she is owed that blackness. She's
and
a
why
black
not bring
girl.
Awareness to something
exactly.
like that?
She's owed that. Yeah. And honestly, it's crazy because back in the day, like, a lot of white people like us, like, thought she was like white or like kind of trying to put her in the white category,
like black passing, but not
really.
like
white passing, like she was like white. I seen a lot of like comedy skits and stuff of like them portraying Beyonce as white because so many white people loved her. Yeah, and I think she just kind of reclaiming her blackness to let them remind them I'm black.
Correct. That girl showed up with a bat and hot sauce in her bag. She said, "Just see where I came from."
Yes,
baby, you don't feel pain till you gotta jump to the jeans on. My mama from where her mama from?
Alabama.
Look,
Louisiana, something.
Exactly.
Somewhere they from, whatever too.
The South.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And even just showing up when she performed at the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. When she showed up in her Black Panther gear in formation. Like,
look.
Come on.
She said, get into it.
I love that for her. And I mean, it's time because, I mean, honestly, she made all her millions and billions of dollars appeasing to the white culture.
I mean, a mixture of both, but definitely.
Girl, I mean, Check Up On It was for us.
Correct. And everything that I've seen a lot of times, especially after the Coachella performance, was like, because remember, obviously she turned like it into her own HBCU, B University, and had the sweaters and all of that, the yellow, the pink. Most of the people that I seen rocking that afterwards were white people. They fully redid the outfits over and over. And I was like,
yes.
Okay, yeah, y'all were
yes. Beyonce sorority issue.
Yeah. I was at that Coachella, so.
You was at that Coachella?
Mm-hmm.
I got invited that year. And I just was like, no, I'm gonna be an adult.
Correct, because I know half of y'all was almost homeless the next month after paying for them tickets to see her, so it's okay.
Yeah, and somebody called me like 3 days before the concert, and I was like, "Oh, I got some tickets. You want to go? All you got to do is pay for this and this." And I'm like, I literally just moved to California like 9 months before that, and I just was like, things always come to me, so. If I'm meant to see Beyonce, I will see her.
Exactly.
But I also just seen Beyonce in concert, like a year before that.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like,
I'm good. I'm still lifted.
I was lifted. I didn't need to go to Coachella, which I was kind of mad because I was like, this girl is singing, lift every voice and sing, and she got a whole sorority fraternity behind her.
Exactly. No.
All right, don't cancel us because we out here talking. We said your name and stuff.
Right. Beehive, chill out, bro.
Hey, I'm part of the Beehive, so.
I ain't mad at
it. Hey, listen, before we move on from Beyonce, I just opened one of my gifts for my birthday.
What was it?
A Renaissance album.
Okay.
Like a vinyl. Not a CD.
Yes.
A vinyl.
Yeah. That's actually fire.
I haven't opened it yet because I'm going to do a whole little like...
Unboxing,
TikTok type of thing.
I'm dead. Content. No,
everything is
fire.
Content.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I love that. Renaissance.
What's up?
And you sparkly.
Act one. Yeah.
In what city did Rosa Parks refuse to move to the back of the bus? In A, Tuskegee.
Where were they?
In B,
Georgia.
Montgomery. In C, Birmingham. Or D, Jackson, Mississippi.
It was Montgomery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
He was turning up in Montgomery.
Yeah.
They gave 3 Alabama cities on that card and 1 Mississippi.
Yeah.
Y'all really just wanted us to know. It was in Alabama that we was making moves. I ain't mad at it.
Listen, I'm so glad Rosa Parks said no.
Girl.
Because I wouldn't have got up either.
I also really like the Medea story, though. Y'all ever heard the Medea version of Rosa Parks?
How about I can never think about Rosa Parks without get off the bus, Rosa. Did you see Homecoming?
Yes. Yo. Tyler Perry. He's a genius.
That man is hilarious.
I love it.
And this is a topic for another day, but that's drag.
Low key.
It's drag.
But that's why I think he stopped doing it. After he had his son, that's when he decided he was taking
He
a
didn't
step
stop
back.
doing it. He just did it in Homecoming.
I mean, yes,
he
correct,
did Rosa. He did Beyonce.
Correct. But he said that once his son was born, he was going to take a step back from Medea. Because remember, he was getting rid of Medea. The last Medea was supposed to be like Medea Funeral. And he kind of disappeared for almost 1.5 years, 2 years. Then all the TV shows started popping out. And now he and she are back. And I said, okay, that's fine. I ain't mad at it. But I thought that that's why. I was like, is it because you realized that too? You didn't want your son to like look at you away? Or
I mean, I don't think Tyler Perry really cares, especially now because he got so many millions and billions of dollars.
He owned
half Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
He don't care. He don't care. He did what he came to do. He did what his purpose was. Look. But it's just very ironic that there is a straight male that does drag and he's very respected.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But honestly, RuPaul paved the way for a lot of drag celebrities, I would say. Because there was drag queens before Ru, but Ru definitely paved the way for Tyler Perry to do what Tyler Perry does.
Yeah.
And with Medea.
Definitely a conversation for another one, but I see that.
I saw all the Medea movies. I know the lines. I know the words. That's just a black card. My black card. I got my black card.
Correct. Yeah.
What's your favorite Medea line? Go ahead.
I have way too many.
Say one. Whatever comes to your mind.
I can't do things on the spot. I always freeze, but I always
know.
No, I don't, because there's so many. I think about Medea's class reunion. I think about all the time she clowned Mr. Brown. She said, "How you get a butt in the front and the back?" Or when he came into her house, she said, "Did you knock and then open the door?" No. Did you knock and then open the door? It says, "Knock and the door shall be open for you." She said, "If you knock and open my door again, I'm gonna knock the hell out of you."
She did.
Why you gotta come for this man like this every
time? She did.
I can't. T.D. Jakes told her something profound. It said Hebrew. I shouldn't have to brew. here. Yo, classics.
Mine was, what's a nacho?
Yes.
See, you're too smart for your own good. You don't even know what a nacho is. A nacho is when you see a fine man walking down the street and he belongs to somebody else. That's a man that's nachos.
Exactly. Yo.
Ooh, and it's so many more, for real.
Good.
For real. But anyway.
Ooh, when it was, she said, it's like Tweet. They running over to the left.
They running over to the left. She said, hey, I got a question. If your shoes leaning over to the side and you try to walk, do you walk in circles? Do you start walking in circles? Listen, Medea is
asshole, but I love it.
Class reunion, you going from Clarice, Jason, you talking about you got 32 people living inside your head. Man. Tyler Perry, hands down, is a great comedian.
Yeah.
And he definitely has a black heart.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And even just like the storylines, though, because they really do. I know those plays and movies were like breakthrough for so many people, but yeah, genius.
Yeah, I was kind of getting a little tired of the wife and the husband story, like the same story. That was getting kind of old to me. Just because we have so many different stories in our lives. And I feel like he could have made a lot of other things funny. And I just kind of feel like it was too surface. And I feel like he should have not melted it down so much. Don't dumb it down, which I understand, like comedy needs to be dumbed down, but it could also be smart.
Right.
And a lot of black people like smart comedy.
Facts.
But
we get it.
We get it. But it's also smart too because it's so stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so it's smart, it's stupid, and it's a message.
Try to get out of stuff. Yeah, like all of that. Absolutely. Do not collect $200 bill. Get the hell out of Dodge.
Right. Literally.
Yeah.
You over there standing there looking like a king-size bag of Skittles. You better get ready to taste the rainbow. No. Like a lot of great comedians. The Browns. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Truly.
Cora Tamala Man, and David Man. Like, hilarious.
Epic. Yeah. And then now all the spinoff show, man, he just genius. Just a genius.
I just give it
to him. He is a genius. House of Pain. Yeah, House of Pain. Yeah. Meet the Browns. Yeah. Genius.
And another one. It was another one that he had. Younger Family, right?
He did. And then he also had like a kids show, which was like Young Sheldon.
Oh yeah.
And then all his shows now.
And then he got then he got President,
the Oval.
Yeah,
he got the Oval.
Sisters.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yo, them shows are. I was like, Tyler, where in the world?
Yeah.
He be pulling out.
I was on what's the show? The first like with Tika. Something.
Oh, Tika, yes.
The have nots. Oh, I was on that hard.
Yeah.
But then it just started tumbling, and I was just like, "This is too much for me, Tyler. It's too much,
Ty.
Ty, chill out."
Yeah.
We went on a Tyler rant.
I know, my bad. But genius. That's all I gotta say. But, okay, so that's funny though. Obviously, we went on this Tyler rant, but that's the funny thing because there's certain things that you can and can't watch as a kid, and there's certain things that our parents shelter us from, which is what shapes what we do and don't know. Also, so it's funny too that I feel like a lot of parents allow their kids to watch a lot of the Medea stuff or the Tyler Perry stuff, even though it did kind of have like adult heavy context. But then there's other movies like absolutely could not watch. Like I couldn't.
You couldn't watch certain movies?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen half the black movies because I don't know what was in them, but I couldn't watch them. So
no, she for real though. We got a whole list for Amanda to watch. We got through some movies so far.
Yeah,
though.
We have. But I had never seen like The Fridays. I'd never seen The Wood. I'd only seen parts of like Boys in the Hood. I think there's a movie called Belly that I've never seen. Like, but these are all cards that like, as a black people, and Kay was saying, like, they kind of group us into one. They expect you to know them. Like, oh yeah, you remember? Girl, no, because I've never seen it. Yeah. I barely even know that it's a functioning name.
I was really, that was the first time when I talked to Amanda that I heard that. And the more that I started meeting different people in LA, they haven't seen some of these movies before. And I was like, wait, these movies were on BT. Did you get the chance to watch BT? Right. Like, I just thought like everybody was like me. We all seeing the same stuff. But I can say I did see certain movies before I probably should have. Like, why was one of my favorite movies Baby Boy? The math ain't mathin'. The Baby Boy came out, I was a kid. Mm-hmm. But when I seen it, I think I was probably maybe 12 or 13, which I'm still old enough to see. Yeah. But when I seen it, I was like, oh. Right. And me and my cousin, we watched it over and over again. Like, we was just like, when I was at my auntie house and she was a young person. Mm-hmm. She was like in her 20s. And we were over there. Yeah. So, she was just like, oh, it's Baby Boy. It's not really nothing in there really, but it is to a teenager. It's kind of like,
the context could be.
Yeah. My mom wouldn't let me watch Baby Boy. She wouldn't let me watch Booty Call. She wouldn't let me watch How to Be a Player. Like, Amanda don't know none of these movies that I'm saying. But I couldn't watch those movies, but I could watch Friday. To be honest, Friday was my favorite movie as a kid. Like, I love Friday. I don't know why. It was just hilarious to me. I would just watch it all the time. She let me watch, like, I seen parts of Billy, but it's not one of my favorites. But I seen a lot of Black movies that Amanda didn't never see. And like I said, we got a list going. And so, Amanda, tell the folks what you've been watching so far. What you seen so far?
I think I've watched How to Be a Player is the one with the strip club, right?
No, this Players Club.
Oh, okay, Players Club. Players Club. I've seen now. I think I've seen Friday 1 and 3, which is random. I skipped 2. Mm-hmm. Saw House Party for the first time. The Wood. Waiting to Excel I had seen anyway. But Waiting to Excel I'd seen. But what's the other? Soul Food. Soul Food.
You saw Soul Food?
Yeah, I finally watched it.
You watched it by yourself?
Yeah. Finally watched Soul Food.
You like it?
I did. It was good. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, there's a lot of movies. But
we saw.
Oh my gosh. Freaking the one with Eddie Murphy. It's my favorite one.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
I love Harlem Nights.
I love me some Harlem Nights. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
We saw Harlem Nights, and I think we saw A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence. We didn't watch that one yet. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Girl. Yeah, we watched that one.
Yes.
And I know that we did because I was watching Martin the other night and they had them same two on a cruise. I said, which one of these was shot first? Because you knew she was crazy already. So why you keep messing with this woman?
Yeah, we trying to dip into that Black movie bag. And she's seen some of the ones that are more like profound. Like she said, she's seen Waiting to Exhale. Mm-hmm. She probably seen The Color Purple. Yeah. Probably seen Beloved.
My favorite ever Black movie, and I don't even really know it's a Black movie, but my favorite ever movie that I've watched like probably 200 times over, The Temptations. That is my movie.
That's how you know she's Black. I know she's seen Sister Act, like Preacher's Wife, all those little other Black movies. Yeah. But like she was saying, her parents didn't let her watch certain things or probably listen to certain music because she didn't know the Cash Money was taking over for the 199 and 2000s. Like she didn't know that, but that's okay. But speaking of The Color Purple,
oh Lord, okay.
Who's poor, Black, maybe even ugly, but dear God, they still here.
I know it's Whoopi, but I don't know. What was her character name again?
Celie.
Oh, yeah.
Celie.
Miss Celie. Look. There's a lot of lines out of Color Purple that I know. Yeah, that was definitely one that I feel like you had to watch that.
You had to see Color Purple.
I almost feel like you had to see that one.
That 3-hour movie. Heck yeah.
Girl, look.
Craziness.
Answer. Okay.
Before she answered this question, we want to know what your favorite Black movie is. Because we named a lot of them, and there's so many more, and they're so good. Drop them in the comments. Let's see if we got any matches out here.
Exactly.
And drop a line, too. Hey, guys. I'm Kay.
I'm Amanda.
And we're your hosts of We Got Ish to Say,
an Everyday Vibe podcast.
We just wanted to drop in and say thank you so much for tuning into the show, and we wanted to invite you to our free community.
Hey, an everyday vibe, because y'all know we a vibe.
Period, Amanda. In this community, you have access to other viewers, and you get to connect with them, and you also get a free newsletter that gives you updates and shares our affiliate links.
Fire! And on top of that, we've created another level of the community. We realized that when we created this and started things, we wanted to build a community. We wanted to have conversation full of value, tips, tricks, and just help each other out.
We're
stronger together. So in the subscription community, you get all of what Kay just mentioned. On top of that, you get behind the scenes. Obviously, there's things that are cut out of these interviews. They are way too long. You get us being us in our everyday life. And remember, we're brand owners, so there's photo shoots. You get behind the scenes of photo shoots that we do for our brands and really see what's coming up next.
Damn!
Outside of that, there's also live Q&A sessions with our guests after interviews where you get to ask any other questions that you personally have to go deeper, right? We're trying to grow. We're trying to get out here and be stronger together. So you get to ask them and connect with them so that way you have more resources and you get access to our exclusive offers, secrets that maybe other people don't know, but we're going to drop them for y'all, and so much more.
So much more. Don't miss out to be a part of the paid community because Amanda just listed a ton of stuff. So make sure you guys tap that link below to join our community.
Love you. See you on the other side. Okay, so I know you're going to know this one.
Okay.
I did not know this one, I will say automatically. I did not know this until recently.
Okay.
So answer the question. If someone puts their hand up on your hip, what is the appropriate response?
You dip. If I put my hands up on my head and I dip, you dip.
And so even with me knowing the answer to this card now, I still have never heard the song. So there we go.
So I got to play 3 songs for Amanda before the night is over.
That's pretty much where we're at.
Yeah, that's where we at. But no, did your mom let you watch BT?
I don't even remember having BET, honestly. Yeah, I don't remember having BET.
So you didn't get to see 106 in Park?
I did see. Okay, so my parents were also divorced, and so I remember when I was younger, my mom didn't have cable, but my dad did.
Okay.
So I would spend the weekends with my dad, and so that's when I had cable. Mm-hmm. But I did used to see a little bit of 106 in Park. Didn't really pay attention though till middle school because that's when like Chris Brown started to be on it, and I cared about Chris Brown. So I did watch.
Did you do MTV?
Not
VH1?
really. Not really. No,
Okay.
Neither one of those really. I definitely lived on like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. I was just cartoons, and we were still outside playing as kids back then. Y'all don't play outside nowadays. So
I was definitely playing outside too.
I was like, I got my legs and knees still got scars to prove that I was outside.
Period.
So,
both knees.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot.
So no, I didn't watch a lot of that.
That's so crazy because
I had LimeWire though.
Oh, she was downloading all the free illegal music. No, but like we did Nickelodeon and all the cartoons and stuff, but I just specifically remember when I was a kid how like every time you would turn on the TV, it was always on BET.
Yeah, no.
Like the family room TV, like at my aunt's house, she loved music. So one, we always had the radio playing. My aunt's TV stayed on BET. And we would go back from BET, VH1, and MTV because they love music. But there was always music on in the house. Every house that I went to, we played music. And I just remember, like, I think BET 106 Park came on. It was either 3 or 5. Mm-hmm. And we could not wait because you wanted to see what the top 10 was.
Right.
And you wanted to see what the new number 1 song is. It's the same number 1 video. And who was going to be on our next.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see all of the performances. Like, Michelle fell. Like, you didn't see Michelle fell. Like, for real. Beyonce was like, a little bit. Right. Like, Aaliyah and freaking R. Kelly popping up on the scene. Like, literally, AJ and Free. That was just a whole culture thing. And I think for me, I never thought that would never exist anymore.
Right.
Because it was so, like, a profound moment for people, for Blackness.
And it's so funny because even you saying that, AJ and Free, I never saw 106 in Park with them. Like, I don't actually know who they are. Terrence. I know their name, but I had Terrence and Roxy. And so,
I didn't watch that shit. I mean, I did a little bit because of the celebrities, but AJ and Free, man, the shit was live.
Throwbacks.
Yes.
Now we got to call it a throwback.
Now we got to call it a throwback.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. Even in the basement with Tigger.
I know about it, but I don't never.
That was what the original like freestyles, like they coming in freestyling. That's what I'm saying. Just because Amanda's identity and her Blackness is different from mine, it doesn't make her any less Black. We just have 2 different experiences.
So don't think we're all the same, y'all.
We're
not.
No.
Don't be coming at me crazy with these questions, and I'll be looking at you like. So, are you asking me if I have 2 eyes or 3? Because I have 2. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have a question. Yeah. So, we talked about music and movies. What about things that your parents used to say to you in your household, or like things that you guys did?
Like the traditional Black things? Don't get it.
I mean, yes and no.
Like, I mean,
What's some traditional Black stuff that your mom used to say to you?
What happens in this house stays in this house.
Period.
It's always a Black thing. What else? We knew not to act up in public. Don't act up in public. I dare you. Yeah. I dare you.
Yeah, don't get up in here acting crazy.
Yeah, exactly. What else? Sundays, like, we knew we were going to be at church. Saturdays usually were like cleanup days.
Oh, y'all cleaned on Saturdays.
We cleaned on Saturdays.
We see.
And I liked getting up early on Saturdays, too, because while I was cleaning, I had Saturday morning cartoons. Where are the Saturday morning cartoons now?
They are nowhere.
I hate that.
Well, we got streaming, so we got Netflix, Hulu. You can watch cartoons any day of the week.
It's not the same. It's not the same as turning on my TV, knowing that Dragon Ball Z is going to come on, then Winx Club, then Sonic. Yes. Like, I know I got to be up at a certain time.
No, for real. And you have your bowl of cereal.
Girl! Yeah, even the cereal was more fun back then.
What cereals you eat?
So I had like Frosted Flakes. Okay. I was Honey Nut Cheerios. Okay. Lucky Charms. Ooh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch was my favorite. Yeah.
Wow, see, like those cereals I didn't like until I was older.
Really?
I didn't like Frosted Flakes. It was too sugary for me. Okay. Well, it is very sugary, but Frosted Flakes, I didn't eat Cheerios. Smacks was good, but only sometimes.
Smacks were terrible, but they were like good.
I think I ate Smacks when I was like 10 or 11.
Nobody knows what Smacks is anymore.
Hell no. Honey Smacks?
Yeah, y'all don't know what
I like Lucky Charms, Fruity Pebbles. I didn't really like Fruit Loops and Honeycombs.
I don't like Fruit Loops either. Those were gross. Honeycombs, I do remember. Yeah. Honeycombs are good.
I like Fruit Loops now, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I still don't.
I be eating cereal. I be eating the mess out of some cereals.
Do you remember Pops?
I do remember Pops. Pops was fire.
The cereal that used to always piss me off: Rice Krispies. Why? What is the point of Rice Krispies?
Snack, crabble, and pop.
Stupid. I like a Rice Krispie treat, but Rice Krispies, the cereal, has always just been the most irritating thing in life to me.
Yeah.
I love shredded wheat, Honey Bunches of Oats.
Yeah,
I eat the old cereals now. I don't eat like that.
No, I mean, now I eat Special K because I'm old.
I'm so dead. I can't eat Special K. That's not it for me. I can't.
I eat Special K.
I can't do Special K.
Because it agrees with my diet. It ain't too much sugar. It does exactly what it needs to do because I'm an old bitch. But like, yeah, my mom used to say stuff to me like that too. What happens in this house stays in this house. Don't be slamming my door. You talking back? I'm like, I ain't even said nothing.
Not a word.
Not a word.
That's a problem too, though.
Why you ain't saying nothing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you hear me talking to you like you told me not to speak. Now you saying, do you hear me talking to you?
Bruh.
Anxiety.
Bruh.
Like,
parenting is wild.
Don't get loud with them. You rolling your eyes. And being a girl, they know that attitude. So don't be rolling your eyes. Don't be slamming my door. Stuff like that. My grandma, she used to
roll your eyes. They gonna get stuck like
they gonna get stuck in the back of your head. I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That. So my mom never said that or used that on me, but she definitely told me that, like, yeah, that's like her parents. Like, her parents grab a switch and what y'all don't even know what that is, but it's okay. I did, absolutely. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. To this day, and y'all can fight me, it's fine, whatever. I still believe in whoopings and spankings. I'm sorry. That's one thing I am, and that's one thing. Like, I'm gonna have to talk to my husband about. We gonna have to figure out what the common ground is.
She gonna spank her kids.
I am. I'm not. I don't spare the rod. Okay. Spoil the child.
Spoil the child.
I came out just fine. I did not die. I never had a broken bone. I never had bleeding. I turned out just fine. You're getting spankings because y'all.
I'm not gonna say I disagree with spankings. What I disagree with is I feel like when a kid gets in trouble, you have to communicate what's going on and why. And at a certain age, like I didn't get a lot of whoopings because I wasn't really a bad child. Right. I just had an attitude, and I just would be having an attitude, so I would get in trouble for my mouth because I was slick mouth, and I would be rolling my eyes all the time. But my mom would tell me, this is why you getting your ass beat because of X, Y, and Z. And I feel like sometimes you don't really need to hit your kids, but you should talk to them, and you can't just be whooping all up on them.
Exactly, without some reason to know why.
Yeah, like she said in Medea, you gotta let them know why you're beating them. You can't just be whooping all up on them and shit. You gotta let the kids know why you're beating on them. Yeah, but I think right now a lot of people, they don't like to say that they whoop their kids. Yeah. But some of these kids today, they need their ass beat. beat that ass.
That's the problem now.
Ooh, they need
My kid will not be out here like some of y'all kids.
Yeah, they talk back. They say crazy stuff. They don't know how to respect adults. They entitled. There's a lot of different ways where you could discipline. And you don't gotta. We ain't talking about punching nobody. Right, no. We just saying don't do that, but definitely discipline your children. Because I got disciplined, and like she said, I turned out fine. I ain't get beat like they did back in the day, because like in the day they was getting their ass. Up.
Yeah, no, girl,
but definitely I am not a stranger to what a belt feels like.
Right, correct. And it's not like it was often, but still, like the times where it warranted that type of whooping, I got the message loud and clear, and guess what? I never did it again, and I am just fine. So.
Yeah, no, like remember when after you get a whooping, you be good for like months.
Girl,
you don't do nothing.
In shape, completely in shape.
Yeah, you talking all sweet. Somebody say something to you. No, I ain't gonna ask my mama that.
Mum's the word. I'm good. I'm real good.
No, so like I know one thing my grandma used to say to me, which is this might be a little problematic, but I was born in the 90s, and my grandma was born in the 50s. I think my grandma's pretty young. She's not that old, but she used to say to me, anything that's white is not good for you. White bread, white flour, white drugs, and white people. And I used to just laugh like
I just did.
It's so funny. But now that I think about it, I'm just like, Granny, why would you say that to us?
I feel like that's problematic.
Yeah, it's problematic. And it's okay. Thank God I never kind of like really walked through life with staying true to, especially the last one, the white people thing.
Right.
But I just thought it was hilarious. But she right, white bread, you probably don't want to eat that.
White bread is so bad. It's so bad. White sugar's bad too. Like
white sugar, white flour, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do it a lot though.
And it makes sense too for her day and age, right? The decade that she grew up in.
Yes.
It makes complete sense. But I don't think that we always think about that when we pass those little mantras on to our kids of a whole new decade and era. You'd be like, that is so toxic now.
Yeah, it is. It's so toxic. And it's so crazy because we didn't necessarily call white people.
Right.
We had nicknames for them. Did y'all have nicknames for them?
I feel what? Now I think about it, I feel like we just didn't talk about it.
Just really didn't even acknowledge.
Yeah. Not to be like that ultimate racist statement where it's like, I don't see color.
Yeah.
But I don't remember having those conversations as a kid. But like I said, I also grew up in schools where I predominantly saw white people or other cultures. Like it wasn't too further down where I got more black people. And then it was like, you start to learn some things and you take some classes and get a little more culture. You be like, oh, the Caucasians. Okay.
Yeah. But it's crazy because in the 90s and the 2000s, people were really scared to say a white person or a black person.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't use those terms at all.
Right.
After they would say African American or Caucasian.
Mm-hmm. And
now white people even say white.
Right.
I'm white.
Yeah.
Black.
Exactly.
I feel like some white people though, they'd be scared to say black. So they are like, person of color, African American.
Exactly. I be lying.
It's like I'm a black person. I get it. A lot of black people don't like the word black because it's a color and not your skin tone. But the same thing with white. They not white. They just, I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know.
But yeah, we used to call them, and don't laugh, which I know y'all probably will, but we used to call them Lucy's and Charlie Browns.
What? Like the cartoon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, yes, we did. Okay. And not to be
nothing wrong with that one.
Nothing to be rude or inappropriate, but
that's probably the nicest way you could have ever put it and called them. I would have never caught on to that though, that we're talking about white people. So.
Exactly. So you won't make somebody feel some type of way.
Exactly.
And it was never in a joking, it was just oh, that Lucy or the Charlie Brown.
Right.
But it's because we talking together. And my grandmother didn't want us to have these different words in our vocabulary.
I do like that though. Across. I do like that actually. I get that and I like it because I do feel like there's even settings now where people are somewhere and then it's it's the one guy. It's which guy? And it's okay, if we look around the room, I don't want to be
that white guy.
It's the white guy over there.
Yeah.
Because then it's you just singled him out. So I do like that actually.
But then now that I think about it,
I think people get uncomfortable too when they gotta be she's a black girl. Yeah. When they're looking for you at your job or something, it's the one African American girl, I'd be like,
yeah. But then what if somebody said like Tyrone and
I feel like black people feel the type of way.
Yeah, Tyrone and Tanisha.
See, we ain't got time for that.
That's a little.
It is.
You know,
I get you. I ain't got time for it.
It's a little like I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it was. I'm so glad that we moved into a different space in race and culture, and we're able to talk about it more freely and not feel like we're being prejudiced or racist against another culture.
Facts. And it's all about conversation and education. So,
it is.
Yeah.
It is about conversation and education. And I think that's another thing, like, it's so important to talk about blackness in different settings because people need to know how versatile and flexible black people are. We like a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. We don't just like rap and hip hop. We don't just like to twerk. We don't just like to put on lashes and whatever else people be thinking. Black people are very educated and very smart, and they're human. So if you feel a certain type of way about something, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other black people or black people that have that same thought. And not just black people, but all types of people. But we just focusing on blackness today.
Right. Sometimes you got to step out of your own neighborhood, your own communities and whatnot, and experience something from somewhere else. Because, if not, you don't know.
Did you live in a black neighborhood?
No, I lived in the Valley.
I'm not really familiar with the Valley. So
I'm like, that's true. I mean, I was in like the San Fernando Valley, which is what everybody calls the Valley. But I literally, like, when I was baby to like 4 years old, I was in, what's that city? Literally San Fernando. I was in San Fernando, which at that time was more Black and Hispanic community.
Oh, nice.
Now it's primarily Hispanic.
Okay.
And then after that, I moved to my neighborhood now, Sherman Oaks, and been there all my life. And so Sherman Oaks is kind of like, I guess, semi-melting pot. The more I look around now, though, I'm realizing, again, it's like a little more Hispanic than like a lot of places. It's changed over the years. But I feel like it's been mixed, and then I never went to school or anything in my neighborhood. Like, I've always gone to school in cities way over. Yeah, so I've never really been in my community.
Yeah. My experience growing up was more like my mom removed me from the more negative communities, which were more predominantly Black. But my family, like my mom and my dad, they grew up in those communities. Okay. And they are still around today. However, there are more vacant areas. But we were removed from those areas, and I didn't go to school in those areas, and I didn't go to those schools that had that reputation either. My mom did not want me to be around that. She wanted me to be educated. She wanted me to have an opportunity to do other things. We know in the 90s, being a single teenage parent was on the rise. Right. And so my mom was a teenage parent as well. And so her main focus in my life was making sure that I went to high school and I graduated, and to make sure that I wasn't a teen mom. And I think like in the 90s, a lot of people were teen parents. And I graduated from high school and then just kind of like living a street life.
Right. They did what they had to because they had responsibilities.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And so my mom didn't want me to be a part of that, which I'm really grateful for because I was able to go to some really good schools. My elementary school was kind of diverse, but it was still predominantly Black. But we had some really great educators that were pretty mixed up. And even the community that the school was in, it was a really like nice neighborhood with a very mixed population. Right. It was really nice by a very prestigious park that the community had. It's called Tower Grove. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but shout out to Tower Grove Park. I went to Sherman Elementary, ACECA. That was my school. I love it. But yeah, it was kind of really the foundation that showed me that education is really important in your life. And then I went to another school that was in a more Bosnian neighborhood. And I've never knew Bosnian people. It's
like, what is that?
Exactly. Bosnian. That's a culture. That's a nationality. That. And I had a lot of Bosnian friends, and I had a lot of Armenian friends, and all those other cultures that was in that like area. And I guess in the 90s, there was a war in Bosnia, and a lot of the people were like, they were leaving. So there is a huge Bosnian population in St. Louis. And so I had a lot of different friends. And then I went to college. I went to high school. Y'all, I went to a new high school. And I went to a charter school. Okay. And I kind of fumbled the bag because I walked into the hood. Oh. I did. And it was a shock for me. It was like a culture shock. Yeah. Because my mom didn't let me, even though like my family, like we Black. I got hood cousins. Like, we hang out in the hood, but my house is in the, not the suburbs, but it's in a nicer part of the city. So going to school with a lot of the students that were a part of the neighborhood that my school was in was a little challenging for me. The whole 4 years, it was very challenging. Yeah. And so, honestly, and I hate that this happened to me. I really wish I would have embraced my Blackness more, but I didn't want to go to a HBCU because I was around so many Black students, and the 4 years of like all the things that happened, I was like, I want to go to a PWI. Wow. One, I wanted more privilege. I wanted more access. And unfortunately, a lot of HBCUs don't have that. They're profound and historic, but they don't have a lot of money.
I wanted to go to HBCU, so.
Yeah. And now I wish I did. Yeah. I really do. But also.
But it makes sense, though, like looking at all of the people. I mean, people just rush into college.
They do.
Doing your research is huge and it's important. So,
yeah. I could have we have a historical Black college in St. Louis. I went to Mizzou. It's in Columbia. It was more big. It had a lot of like glitz and glamour. And I ain't never really, my high school was so small. It was new. And my class, literally, my graduating class was 193 people.
Wow.
That's small.
Yeah, that is. That's actually
so I was like, I want something grand. I want something huge. And I'm glad I did because, one, I was able to get to know whiteness and have a lot of friends in that culture and the Asian culture and a lot of different other cultures. And then get to know different types of Black people. Yeah. And that really was like, wow, it's all these different types of Black people and they're all going to school for education. And even how they just order their lives every day was like, wow, it was very relatable. Right. And we were actually able to have a really great Black experience.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Which all PWIs don't have. And unfortunately, I think some of the things that happened in Mizzou, if some people are familiar with Mizzou, there was a big protest and it kind of put a lot of PWIs under a microscope.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
It is very interesting. I won't get into that, but you guys can definitely do your research about the protests and everything that happened in Mizzou and why it happened. Concerned Student 1950 was a very big thing. And yeah, y'all should probably just do some research on it, especially if you have young students that are thinking about college and especially Black students, because there are some really big things that happen on college campuses that involve race and they don't get talked about.
Correct.
Because they don't want to use their funding.
Correct.
Or accreditation.
And people don't think about it in college.
Because a lot of Black students are going to be going to college and a lot of these colleges are led by people from the past that don't care about that. So yeah, but that was just part of my Blackness. But I love being Black.
I'm dead. Now that I'm older, I would not change it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was like, I don't really care. I just am.
Oh, you didn't care about being Black or not?
Like, I just, really? Yeah, like when I was older, like I didn't think about it. Like that's literally my thing. Race was never made big to me. Wow. Nobody ever like emphasized like things to me about life because of my race. Like that just was not conversations that we were having, thinking about like, yeah, of course, like my parents knew about it. Like my parents are from the South, but at the same time, not, because most of their life they've been out here. My mom moved out here from Texas when she was 4. My dad when he was 16. Like
did that take anything away from you though? Like not being able to like really connect in like I'm a Black brown skinned girl?
Maybe, probably so. Like I think one, I was more detached from culture for sure. I was more, I just didn't think about it. That's why I took the nicknames and never really affected me. I was like, okay. I knew that I was like Valley Girl. And even now, I have a friend now who calls me Oreo. So I've always known that, almost like you were saying, like the code switching a little bit, but it wasn't intentional. It's just, that's who I was. Yeah. And like people talk to me on the phone and they think I'm a white person, but I'm sure if like you look at my name on an application, it's like, well, your name's Amanda, so it's kind of white, but Johnson, that's definitely Black. So I don't know, but I definitely think I have just never been that like connected to Black culture. Like that I am aware of now. I've never been that connected to Black culture. I've never been that caught up. And I honestly can't say that it was until maybe like 2013. Was that 2013?
College?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, 2013 is college, but so I'll put it this way, and I hate to bring it up this way, but whatever year it was that Trayvon Martin was killed, that wasn't really until I started to even like pay attention to or care about Black culture.
That is traumatic.
Like I didn't
That is very traumatic, actually, though.
Like, yeah, like that traumatizing until I started to pay attention because, and I'll be completely real when I even think about now, just where we're at in the world and the crimes and all the things against Black people and Black culture and whatnot. I really, and again, because I wasn't attached and I wasn't paying attention, I'm sure it was always there, but I almost feel like in my eyes, that was the catalyst that started this ball that hasn't stopped rolling. Like something about that is when it just never stopped. It
never stopped.
Yo, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And like now as a Black person and getting older and trying to get more into my culture and my roots and all of that, now I feel it a lot more. And it's like, yo, this weight is heavy to carry sometime. But I didn't know before then. I didn't pay attention. Like I didn't care. And like I did want to go to an HBCU. Like that I did know because I did kind of want, I guess, that like culture and that Blackness. And I also always knew that I wanted to be like in a sorority. So that was like my reason for wanting to go to an HBCU. But other than that, like I didn't care about anything else. Like even when I went to college, I didn't care about the college experience either. I was just going to get my degree. And like, I didn't care. Like I didn't live on campus. I was a commuter. I went to school. We didn't have like a football team or anything. I went to a couple basketball games, went to our school events, but like, I didn't care about college. I was just there to get my grades and get the hell out of here. So none of it ever like mattered to me or affected me or cared. And like I said, my friends that I pretty much grew up around were like mixed anyway. So I've always had a mixed bag of friends. So it's like none of it registered to me, period.
That is so like, I would just feel like shut off and like deceived because knowing a lot of stuff about our culture is very important because it's like you're blinded. It's like you're going into the world blinded. Like, because there's a lot of things. Like she said, Trayvon Martin, he was a kid and he got killed by a police officer.
Not a real police officer.
Not even a real, no, he was a watchman, right?
Yeah, he was
the neighborhood
watchman. He took it upon himself to be security for the
neighborhood security guard. Some crap. And this young kid, he just dies. Innocent young kid. And that affected me tremendously. One, because we talked about culture a lot in my household. We talked about religion. We talked about culture. We talked about so many things. I mean, my name is Khalida Sade Bennett. Like, come on.
I'm dead.
Like, that's a very, like, strong, like, ethnic name. So we talked about it a lot. And then just being, like I said, a lot of my family was, like, from the hood. And so my mom was making sure that I wasn't a hood girl. And just seeing some of the products of the hood, you know, the lifestyles that a lot of my family members had. So it was kind of like I didn't really have a choice but to know certain things about Blackness, because for us, it was important for me to be that Black woman that was going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something very profound. Like my family's very happy with what I do now, but still like my role in my Blackness was making sure that I was better than, not just better than my Black friends, but my white friends too.
Right.
I had to be smarter than, I had to talk better than, I had to know better than all of them. I'm glad that now you're able to understand, but not feel some type of way.
Yeah. No, because I mean, even now it still shapes like my mindset and obviously how I show up, because that's ingrained in me at this point, right? Like that's who I am. And so yeah, I don't know. Our family was just different. Like I was thinking about when you said the hood and this, that, and the other. I don't know what the hood is. Like I don't know what that is, really. I honestly didn't even know that California had something called the projects until I went to high school, because so many of our people were bussed in from like LA and like the jungles. I didn't know what the jungles were. I think the jungles are like the projects, or I still don't really know what the jungles are, y'all. And I don't know. I don't go to LA.
I could tell you, like, you go on 19th Street in St. Louis and Strawman, you gonna see some stuff. Right. I'm just saying, like, by the water tower, you gonna see some stuff, especially now because it's beat down. Because
things have changed.
It was just a lot of things that my parents, like, they kind of prepared me for. But also, I think it's just like, you know, the situation that they had, the cards that they were dealt. Like my dad was young, my mom was young. My dad had a very hustler lifestyle. He was an entrepreneur of the streets, and my mom was a working woman. And my grandmother, she was a working woman too. But like I said, my mom said we always lived in very nice places because my grandmother presented herself in a way. So it was never like, oh, they hood. Right. But I got a lot of hood family members. Don't get me wrong, because baby, we will pull up. Nah.
That's funny.
No, but yeah, it's just interesting how you just said like you didn't see those things because Inglewood is right there.
Yeah, I've never been.
And it wasn't until Sherman Oaks.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't until I was like 20 something that I even stepped foot into Inglewood or any of those parts. Like, or I think probably when I would have like school field trips or like when I got into college and I had to go to like different museums and things, that's when I finally like,
but you wouldn't really be.
Yeah, but no, like we were not like the LA people. We've always been the Valley people.
Yeah.
Like my family members have always lived in either the Valley or more like the Palmdale, Santa Clarita areas and whatnot. And so, yeah, we've just always been very separated from that world per se. Right. And I think in some ways too, that also shaped like my mindset and kept like and subconsciously, intentionally, like the both put together, separated myself from people that were like that in a way. So even though I went to like obviously Taft High School, right, we had a lot of Black people. That's when I started to like intertwine with more people. Still not like I was going to their houses and going to their neighborhoods, but like I knew that they were from there, and it's like, okay, well, however you show up, that's how you show up, and I can be cool with you and whatnot. Yeah. But there definitely were, and even to this day it still comes up for me. Like I'm very aware of when it comes up. If somebody is like a little too loud, if like their hair looks a little too crazy and they a little too out of pocket and rude, I'm like, you're absolutely ghetto. You were the type of Black people that make us all look bad. I gotta separate. Like, don't box us all together. Because people will take the one thing and be like, that's why, and all of you, and it's like, no, we're not. So I think something about like that automatically repels me to be like, and you're exactly what I don't want to be. Yeah. So, but that's kind of bad. Like in some ways, that's like.
But also, I mean, honestly, I grew up around those type of people, and at the same time, like I have friends and family members. I love them dearly, but also you like at a distance. Especially like you said, you don't want to be associated, and it's just not so much as like I don't like you and I don't want to be around you, but more so I don't want to associate my life with maybe what you got going on, because you get caught slipping in the wrong place at the right time, and then something bad can happen. So I definitely agree with that. It shaped my lifestyle, definitely shaped the type of friends that I have. So let me ask you this. Did you have a lot of Black friends like growing up?
No, not until I got to high school. Or not even high school. I'll say maybe, I guess high school. Middle school-ish. So when I went to middle school, we had a few more Black people than we did in my elementary school. And then because I started running track and I was running for Pop Warner, obviously I met people through there. And so our track team was a lot more Black people. And so, we would like see each other like for practices and then the track meets on Saturdays and whatnot. And so those people started to be my friends, and they were from all over. Like there was Long Beach and there's this and there's that. And so even then, like I started to see like the different like Black people. Cause like I had one girl on my track team who was like, her and her mom were like Buddhist, and they were like the uppity of uppity Black people. Even then, that's when I started to be more like integrated with Black people. But I would say it's not till like that point in my life, 7th grade and up, that I had Black friends and like people that I was around a lot. Because other than the people at my church, like my Black kids in my church, but other than that, no.
That is wild. So when you started to be more entwined with other Black people, how did that make you feel? Like, did you feel like more, like authentic and like, I don't know, like, visible?
No, really, it didn't change anything because like I said, since I never had those conversations, I never saw a difference. I never saw a difference between anything. If anything, all it did was make me then I guess kind of like not judge per se, but for lack of better words, judge the type of Black people that I wanted to be around. Because like I said, if you were like the loud ghetto type and like you were always getting into fights and I just felt like, bro, you're ignorant, I can't deal. I'm good. Like, I'm good on you. If you're like another type and it's like, oh, we vibe, we get along, or we're into the same stuff and like it's all chill and like we don't really do the drama. Okay, cool. I mess with you. But that's pretty much all it was. It's like now I'm just kind of like judging my Black people.
Wow. That's very interesting, especially because I had a very big group of Black friends that I've known from 1st grade all the way up to high school. And most of us went to school, literally, we went to every single school together.
Oh, that's funny.
And so one, that happened because we all loved each other so much that we always wanted to be around each other. And it wasn't for me until high school where I was like, we're moving in different parts of our lives. And those friendships didn't really make a lot of sense to me anymore. But those are my girls. Like, literally, it's like 10, 12 girls, like all of us, even some guys too. That. Some of the things that I do and I say and my personality, like my goofiness and my funniness and all that stuff, like it stems from those friendships. Mm-hmm. And like those friendships were so beautiful to me that I just like, I hold them so close to my heart. Yeah, and so I like emulate a lot of my relationships now with my Black girlfriends off of those, because those was the first type of relationships that I had. Yeah, that makes sense. And when I start to see women that are maybe perpetuating things that I've experienced back in the day, those are the women I don't. I'm not associating myself with. They're just my associates. They're not my close friends, because those type of relationships is you had to grow out of. Yeah, so absolutely. You learn like trust and all this other stuff young. And so like, yeah, I think that's really interesting, because we used to jump double dutch after school, like play hopscotch, go walk to the candy store together, like all those things, like literally play outside all day, just like do stuff on the weekends, like go to the mall. It was just so many things that were so important to our Blackness, especially jumping double dutch. That was like, when I say we did that every day for like 5 years, we did it all the way up from like, I don't even remember when I first learned how to jump, all the way up into
and jump out.
Yeah, probably like 6th or 7th grade we jumped, and then after that we like, we started liking boys, and you started liking whoever, and you want to go to the mall, and you want to do all this other stuff. We had cell phones. Exactly. Did we have a cell phone? Did I have a cell phone?
I don't know. I did. I got mine. I don't think 9. I got mine at 9, so I was in middle school.
But you also a little younger than me.
Okay, yeah, a couple years, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know. Yeah.
So I think I got my first cell phone. No, I was like in the 6th or 7th grade when I got my first cell phone. So yeah, we had cell phones. We wanted to dress up and do all this other stuff, like just little preteens. But no, like a lot of those friendships are literally rooted in my Blackness.
Both Black, 2 different experiences, completely different sides of the coin.
Well, it was real good learning more about your Blackness.
Yeah, you too. I like the fact that we literally have polar opposite worlds, and like here we are.
Yeah, and it's probably also explains how we show up in conversations and my mindset around certain things.
Exactly,
because of my experiences growing up the way I did. But I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like we had the same experience, because you got called Valley Girl, but you didn't get like, now I'm not going to say they like traumatized me or anything, but it definitely made me feel excluded, because when I would be around my Black friends, I would try not to talk so white.
Got you.
I would literally try not to talk so white. And sense. I think after a while, it was just kind of like, it was just kind of like, this is her, but it was like I was literally wearing a mask alone for a long time. And now that I moved here, when I got here, people were asking me why I talk the way I talk.
Right.
And I was like, what do you mean? In St. Louis, they say I sound like I'm a Valley girl. And when I come here, y'all say I'm country. Because I'm saying her.
Yeah, correct. I mean, what?
I'm saying her. Over here. Over here. Over here.
I can't.
I'm going to the car. I'm going to the car.
Yeah.
So over there.
Going to my car.
Like, but I thought I was doing a really, really good job.
I'm dead. I thought I was doing great.
I thought I was doing great. My cousins was talking. Every time I would say something, they'd be just making fun of me. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, I'm just talking.
Yeah.
But I thought I was really doing a good job. But also it's just because you're only familiar with where you're from. Exactly. So until you move out, and then sometimes when I hear my voice over certain things, I'm like, oh, I do sound kind of country. But I like my Midwest twang, baby.
Exactly.
Hey.
I know you're not from here, and I like that. I love when I find other people asking, I'm like, oh, you're not from here. Where you from, bro?
Right.
Not on some like I'm trying to bang on you, just like, where you from, bro? Because it's not Cali.
Not bang on you. Oh, Lord. You be banging?
No, but I've heard that's the hood. Like, they roll up on you. Where you from?
No, yeah. I'm so glad that we're more past that color thing, Bloods and Crips. I didn't really have to deal with that a lot when I was growing up.
We don't live in the hood. We don't know that.
I don't know that. But I think I want to say we not past it. I'm not. Well, you're right. We are not past it.
We do not live there.
I don't think we're past it.
Yeah.
I just think we are not a part of that community, and I think they show up differently now. But there is a whole lot of gangs out there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A whole lot of gangs. And some of them is far beyond Bloods and Crips.
Yeah, and I don't know names or colors anymore. Like, I don't know what's safe and what's not. Like,
listen,
I don't know whose territory I'm in and who I'm not.
I went to St. Louis last year, y'all, over the summer, and they got a group called the Kia Boys. And these boys be stealing Kias. Oh. They called the Kia Boys, and I kid you not, they can't be no more than 12, 14, 15 years old.
Oh, my Lord.
Stealing people Kias.
What do you need with a Kia from 12 to 15? What you doing? You don't even have a permit.
I don't know.
Do y'all get permits at 16 over there?
14. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe I guess some of y'all got them.
You can drive under the curfew.
That's crazy.
So this culture, this gang culture, is very large. And no, you're right. We're not past it.
Yeah. I don't believe that at all.
People want to own something. People want to.
Mm-hmm. I think people just like community. They want to feel a part of something.
Community.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, if you grow up in your community and that's all you see, and it seems like those are the people with like the power and who are the most open to like welcoming you, helping you out, offering you something, then I guess
ownership somewhere.
Exactly. I mean, some people choose church as a community. Some people choose a sorority or fraternity as a community. Some people choose gangs. like,
hey, it's
all community technically. It's just a different way of
So that's a topic for another day.
Okay, bet.
We got it on there though. We talk about community, but I like how you just broke it down of all the different types of communities. And you're right, a gang is a community.
It is.
And people choose gangs for different reasons.
Exactly.
So that's deep. This was a great topic.
I did.
No, it was. It was a really great topic. I love talking about my blackness because, like I said, growing up in my household,
it was a topic.
This was a great topic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We would love to hear what you guys thought about it. Like I said, drop those favorite Black movies with those quotes on there. And maybe if you want to share, if you feel safe, maybe some terms that you were called. Maybe you got called Valley Girl too, White Girl, Oreo.
Right.
What are some other ones? Ghetto, hood.
Yeah, exactly.
Hood chick, bougie, banji, whatever. We said all types of stuff.
Facts. Let us know. Like, because there's correlation everywhere, and we don't even realize it because we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah. Like she said, if you feel safe, let us know. Put it in the comments. We will be watching. I definitely think it's a deeper discussion. So,
me too.
Holla at us.
I think we should go deeper. I think we should do a part 2 with some more Black friends.
We should. Oh, we absolutely should.
Yeah. Let them talk about their stuff.
Yeah.
And some guys, too.
And especially because it's LA and it's such a melting pot, we got people from everywhere. So, she's from St. Louis. We got friends
and
from
we
Chicago.
Play spades. We play it like that. Hold on now. A part of my Black experience is knowing how to play spades and dominoes. And I got friends that don't know how to do it. I just don't understand why a lot of my friends don't know how to play spades. I'm not sure if it's a region thing. I think spades was called something else before it was called spades.
My family knows how to play spades and dominoes. My mom, my aunts, my uncles.
But she didn't teach you?
No. That's not it. We don't.
Why?
It's not something we do during like family holidays. We don't play spades. We play Family Feud or like, I don't know.
Because y'all just want to be removed from the Black experience totally.
I don't know, but we don't play
that
spades.
Was a read.
Look,
that was a read. No, but we did though. We played spades, dominoes. We ain't playing no damn Family Feud. First of all, I wouldn't even invite some of my family members on Family Feud because they wouldn't even know how to answer the question. Because these questions are based on white people answers.
True. That is
they don't know what the hell the white person gonna respond. Like they gonna say some Black shit.
I don't know how to play.
I will never take. It's a whole lot of people.
I be equating people's Blackness to like if you can do the electric slide or not. Because I know several Black people who cannot do the electric slide, and I just feel like that's like the Black staple. Like I don't care if you can do the cha-cha slide or the Cupid shuffle, the electric slide. If you can't do that, I feel like your Black card should be revoked. But that's okay. That's just me.
I think if you don't know how to play spades, you out of there.
Exactly. So that's fine.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode. We really appreciate your time today. And don't forget to leave comments below to let us know what you thought about the show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at We Got Ish to Say Pod. And on Twitter, We Got Ish to Say Pod with the number 2. We're also on TikTok. And they be funny videos, y'all.
They do. TikTok is lit.
Yes, TikTok is lit. We mess with TikTok real hard. And also, don't forget to follow me at I Am Sade Brand on all platforms, I think. And at Everyday People World for my sunglasses brand.
Love it. And you can always find me at smile_for_Amanda or love.vibes for the brand. We love y'all. See you on the next episode.
Black Card Revoked.